I have a story out of Glasgow, Scotland that I wanted to share with you guys.
The homeland.
This is Elizabeth Carpin writing for the New York Post. So police were called to Willy's chocolate experience in Glasgow, Scotland on Saturday.
over to Willy.
Oh, the Willy. Willy the groundskeeper's chocolate experience.
On Saturday, after parents felt scammed by the, quote, absolute shambles of an event and gathered to demand refunds from the event, coordinated by an organization called House of Illuminati.
You call this
House
a
of-
fucking experience?
Yeah.
I came here for an experience. An experience.
This is
So it's House of Illuminati, not Illuminati?
Illuminati.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, House of...
Not the deep dish pizza from
Illuminati.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Deep-
House of Illuminati.
There they call it deep state pizza.
Yeah, this is very much like we don't have the rights to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, so
Yeah.
they're doing something pretty similar.
Yeah.
Like
but
the Austin Powers themed bar here.
yeah, so the Star Wars Scum and Villainy Cantina,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Got it.
The event cost $45 a person and promised a, quote, paradise of sweet treats. They advertised chocolate fountains, an enchanted garden, an imagination lab,
Great.
a
That's just an empty room, right? And they're like, fucking go crazy. Imagine whatever you want.
Just go in and think about things.
yeah.
There's a chair for you.
Let your imagination run wild.
A twilight tunnel, which that sounds, I don't like that.
It's the last thing you see before you die.
Go to sleep. Walk through the tunnel and go to sleep.
That twilight.
one of those arches that has Christmas lights all on top of it. I'm pretty
But it's
sure.
like shooting like a some sort of anesthetic gas down on you. Go to sleep.
That's your ancestors calling you home.
Yeah. They also offered supposedly handcrafted candy drinks. Parents complained that they waited for more than an hour for an experience that ended up being less than 10 minutes long. Children were brought to tears as they were walking.
hello, police. My kids are upset.
Yeah. Yes. Children were brought to tears as they were walked into a nearly empty warehouse with.
I told you, the imagination station.
This is the imagination zone.
This is the Jack Handy burned out warehouse thing.
Yes.
One thing kids like is to be tricked. For instance, I was going to take my little nephew to Disneyland, but instead I drove him to an old burned-out warehouse. "Oh no," I said, "Disneyland burned down." He cried and cried, but I think that deep down he thought it was a pretty good joke.
So they had inside the warehouse AI generated backgrounds that were printed on paper. Like this looks like, imagine having just a standard child's birthday party, but in like a warehouse where you could potentially play a game of basketball.
And not even a standard one, like a poor person's
I mean-
version. They're like printing out images off a computer and taping them to a fucking wall.
So they had lackluster props and virtually no candy. Quote, the children were all dressed up and they were all crying, waiting for what they thought was a magical experience.
You could also just buy your kid candy.
I
Did
know.
they ever consider that as an option?
I mean,
Yeah, I think that would have been the cut out the middleman. Cut out. I have to go to Willy Wanker's house. They get this experience.
this is another
Your
quote.
third eye open, laddie. There'll be candy at the end.
This is another quote. Underwhelming was an understatement. Embarrassing doesn't even cut it. I paid for Willy Wonka and I got Billy Bonkers. One angry mom wrote on social media.
No, you paid for Billy Bonkers.
You did. It doesn't say Willy Wonka. It says
I got Billy Bonkers. Did she say that from a moving car? Back to the
Back to
Shire.
stabbing a guy for a football game score.
Yeah, I mean, like if that is a thing in Glasgow.
I was gonna say.
that's such a like stabbings are just it's like the stabbing capital of the world.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Really?
say. I was like, this shit is bold in Glasgow specifically because
Yeah, that's-
you will
wow.
get shanked. You will absolutely get shanked for less than this.
That's strange.
It says,
Strange. It seems like going to like the place where like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics are made, but they're all in just shambles.
if it was that would be less disappointing than what it actually is.
It's not even a Five Night at Freddy's sort of situation.
No. So this is another quote. It says, took 2 minutes to get through the entire thing. And then I just see a queue of people surrounding the guy running it, complaining. The kids all received 2 jelly beans and a quarter can of limeade.
Wow.
A quarter can? Had it been opened?
So there were other people that were like, my kid just got like a quarter of a cup. So I think they were literally like pouring 3 cups and then handing the fourth
trying
kid
to
the
even
can.
it out.
Candy!
Yeah.
Here comes candy!
Everybody gets their share.
They must have not sold very many tickets to this thing, right?
Well, no,
I think they sold too many.
They sold too many because they're having to give away 2 jelly beans and a quarter cup of fucking lemonade.
Seems like all those tickets would cover the cost of like a third jelly bean, possibly.
But where's the profit then?
So
We're barely in the block.
Paula Graham came with her husband and 8-year-old daughter and the girl's friend. She said she felt cheated by the AI-generated advertising. Quote, their page and advertising looked very professional. They made it out as if it was going to be a really special experience. Graham said, according to The Sun, in my eyes, I thought it was going to be some kind of light show with actors. And I was
His
like,
expectations were already so low.
I don't know. That sounds
A
too,
light show with some actors.
That sounds too high to me.
I figured there'd be
I would
juggling or
almost
something.
I wouldn't expect it to be this bad, but I would not expect any sort of show or acting. I thought it'd be a chocolate fountain. They were like, dip this chocolate in the other chocolate.
just-
I mean,
left over from some winter ball at a high school.
they had to scrape the nacho out of the hose.
yeah, I mean, people are getting what they pay. This is a thoughtless, last-minute birthday party idea. They threw a bunch of adjectives at these parents and like, great,
yeah.
that works.
Step into the sleepy hole.
It sounds like a Saturday.
Sounds like my Saturday is booked.
Wait, did they like almost literally take candy from babies?
I mean,
here?
kind of. Quote,
That's the whole business plan.
quote, it was shocking. For the money you paid, there were kids coming away crying. Families came from all over. Then they put out a bit of cardboard out the front that said, event canceled. It was as if the chocolate factory had been shut down. So now it is the Jack Handy thing. How am I going to explain to my kid that the chocolate factory isn't shut down?
These people are like, they are just Americans. After hearing this is just a classic American Karen story.
Hey, you know.
Where I bought tickets to a stupid thing and now I'm mad about it.
That part of Europe used to be attached to the Appalachians billions of years ago. So
And they blew up the mountains.
So it's shut down now.
I think they were open for like 3 hours and they called the cops.
I was like, so there's no existing Yelp of this.
no, it was just like a one-day thing.
The pop up.
Yeah, it was it was literally a pop-up, and they set this thing up. People were paying all this money. They go in, they're like, this is bullshit, and then enough of them got
Pop-up
pissed.
can be short for flash scam.
yeah.
Definitely.
So
Pop up as in this wouldn't last more than one day, and we know it.
But don't miss out
Yeah.
on this experience.
yeah.
I just love in 2024 how anyone thinks that like the model of like a factory setting is going to be considered like an alluring event space.
This cold, impersonal factory.
Yeah, let's put chocolate in the Industrial Revolution.
yeah.
Every child's dream.
I like how people. I mean, this is literally like an 1800s scam, like snake oil salesman. This is the video for "Say Say Say" by Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. You
Right.
can't do this now.
Yeah.
Jenny Fogarty was hired.
Watch that video.
That's a great video. It's a shame they weren't talking towards the end.
Yeah. I'm going to take your songs.
Yeah.
As he says that VH1 thing.
Jenny Fogarty was hired to portray a wonky doodle, the events version of an Oompa Loompa, and
Okay. Oh, I didn't buy tickets to see Billy Bonkers.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, shit.
yeah,
Regular sized person painted orange.
Just walking on their knees. Really.
But there's shoes on their kneecaps.
Jenny was shocked when she was given a sexy Oompa Loompa costume from an Amazon box that had only arrived an hour before the event.
It's here, great. Open it.
Yeah.
Quote, I noticed that the costumes, they were all female and were given the sexy versions as opposed to the traditional Oompa Loompas.
There was a bulk sale.
It's all profit.
Some people had to put t-shirts underneath to give a bit more modesty. I just had a lacy shirt underneath mine. So It's just a bunch of sexy.
So this is like
Oompa Loompas.
Hooters for kids with chocolate, but
like-
no chocolate, just 2 jelly beans.
Yeah. Also, I like that it is essentially like with a quarter cup of limeade and 2 jelly beans. It is sort of like taking pills at a mental asylum.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Yeah, is this a chocolate factory or Jonestown?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You palm those pills.
Yeah, there we go.
Then you break into Nurse Ratchet's office at night.
Chief, where's the chocolate? Where's the chocolate, Chief?
We gotta make it to the dam.
Fogarty also claimed that she was given a 15-page script to memorize for the event, but was told that since they were out of time, she would just improvise instead. So apparently
just riff about chocolate.
like apparently there was supposed to be a show of some kind, but they handed him the script like 2 days before, and they're like, "Oh, and by the way, here's the sexy Oompa Loompa costume you have to wear."
I wish we could have access to that script.
I know.
It's probably a banger.
Yeah,
I bet it's like 30 pages long.
well,
Do you think it's overwritten or
It's
underwritten?
15, right?
it's 15 pages.
That's so many.
There is a Facebook group called House of Illuminati Scam that I didn't have time to check out, so I'll scope it out and see if I can get a hold of the script. But House of Illuminati apologized in a statement, and they acknowledged that its fabulous event had unfortunately failed to meet expectations
Event.
and had devolved into a stressful and frustrating day for everyone.
Fucking tremendous.
Whiz bang entertainment.
It was an
That
experience.
was lost on some charlatans.
It was an experience. They cannot lie. They can't say it wasn't an experience, right?
Yeah, because everything's a fucking experience.
Yeah. Fogarty said that she has not been paid for her work. Quote, "It's shocking. It's embarrassing, to be honest. We were trying our best, all the actors, to make it work, but we were given just 12 hours to learn the script. And when we finally got back to our cars, that's when we saw the police had showed up." Just
The
walking
universal
back to-
sign of a show gone bad.
Yeah. Just walking back to the car. Wonky doodle dooble doop doop.
Bombing is never quite as stinky as when the cops show up.
I feel like we've all had like shows like that or odd jobs like that here in Los Angeles, where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like they ask you to show up and they're like, "Hey, can you memorize all of this? The show's in an hour." And it's what? I've definitely had auditions where they're like, "All right, here's the Bible for the show."
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's literally the Bible. You have to memorize.
Yeah.
I had a voiceover audition where that was 5 pages of AI script. And they're like, this is due in 3 hours.
Wait, were you supposed to be the...
I was supposed to be the voice of AI.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
So it was like every contingency was like, I don't know. I was like, command, control, escape is how you exit the program. Like it was like but it was like due like in a matter of hours.
Wow.
Holy shit.
And after that, my agent was just like, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I was like, you're not going to get that one.
It's like literally a computer could do this. It did do this. That's insane. Last thing here, Billy Cowell, director of House of Illuminati, blamed the disaster on, quote, holographic technology not arriving on time, bizarrely claiming that the event would have looked exactly as promoted if the tech had gotten there in time.
Yeah, I tried to bring the technology from 2035. It didn't make it in time.
So
Then we couldn't find an outlet.
I'll put some of these pictures up on Twitter. There's one of the entrances that appears to be made out of cardboard and crepe paper.
Pretty magical.
This looks like an airport terminal.
Absolutely does.
And then just
Some busted out
a
windows.
massive pinata in the middle of an airport terminal.
Great.
This is so the entrance to it just says factory.
That's where the show's going to happen.
Yeah.
All the benches are set up.
All those stanchions and fabric.
No, this is where the shows are going to happen on the stage level here, Sam. This is the
The AstroTurf stage.
yeah. Now, what I'm about to show you.
As a kid, I'm pretty happy at this point.
Yeah, I would be fine with this.
Yeah,
Wait, I get? Wait, you wouldn't because you don't get any candy, which is the whole fucking reason you'd want to go.
That's true. Yeah. But like, I don't know, running around and being an asshole in this, that was my favorite thing to do as a kid.
Yeah,
was
you can run
a
around
wide
in
open
that.
space. And
Yeah.
just scream and shit. Who cares?
They're just screaming saying like, "If you want to learn paradise."
Yeah.
And the roars keep rowing. They show new side of flowing. win.
Nothing. You get nothing. You lose.
Good day, sir.
You stole fizzy lifting drinks.
You fucker. And then someone yells, "Get in my belly."
That's what they say every morning.
Yes.
That's actually how the Scottish people greet each other when they wake up. Hello, good morning, and they get in my belly.
And they get
You
in my
know
belly too,
what?
sir.
A pure imagination.
And then the other says, good morning, donkey. That is how they
Speak of donkeys.
Yeah. Now, I'm not to take anything away from the photograph of them raising the flag over Iwo Jima, but this might be my favorite photo I've ever seen. Here we go. This is one of the oopily dooplies at what I think is supposed to be a candy
It's a
making
meth lab for sure. It's
like-
a meth lab, yeah.
Like bongs I've hit before.
A fucking meth lab.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is a real Walter White let's cook moment.
It's amazing. And
She is the one who knocks for sure.
and she says, please get me out of here.
Maybe that's what the sexy Oompa Loompa costume was, like the one who knockers.
What is that in the glass case? Some sort of perfume or tonic bottle.
Fizzy lifting drink, perhaps. Who knows?
Yes, it's Sauvage. Just the Johnny Depp.
The expression on her face, and then also just the fact that somebody set off a little fog machine.
Yeah.
It's just priceless.
Yeah,
Pretty sweet.
I love it.
yeah, she's trying to cure her own hangover.
If only they had some flashing lights in there, things would have been different.
Yeah.
Yeah, what really would have sold it.
Really spur on some epileptic seizures.
An experience.
Yeah. So he says, my vision of the artistic rendition of a well-known book did not come to fruition. And for that, I'm absolutely, truly, and utterly sorry. There was every intention to hold the event from the pictures, despite not being in the best light. Hopefully you'll be able to see that there was every intention made to hold the event. So anyway,
Well, let me ask you guys. What's like? We've all been to a bad haunted house, right?
yeah, hell yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what is it? Is it like a certain age that you reach that when you go to like all of them become bad? Like I was like to the point of like, if I was a kid, like there's like on some level, this would be like, I guess, somewhat bemusing, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like, are all of these bad at a certain age?
I think it's directly related to how much effort is put into making them.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever acknowledge a haunted house is bad when you were a kid?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely gotten ones and it was just like, that wasn't that fun, or I thought it would be more or whatever, you know?
I didn't go to a lot of haunted houses, but I think what kind of helped me not be able to suspend my disbelief was when I started knowing actors that were in these scare troops.
Oh, it's Kyle Clark. What's up, Kyle?
Yeah. When I would recognize someone in the group that was trying to grab me in the haunted house, like Jesse.
Yeah.
I was like, dude.
That happened when I used to work at like a used bookstore in Birmingham, and it was like that we sold comics, so a lot of nerds would come in. And then I went to this haunted house in Sloss Furnace, and a guy that came into the bookstore all the time was dressed in like like a cloak, and he had like a plastic scythe or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And he avoided me like the plague.
Gotta keep kayfabe, brother.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be scared.
because he was like really doing his best, like lurchety sort of.
What a fucking experience.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
See, I think the issue here is that the parents pumped this up too much. Like, the fact that it costs $45, that's a separate issue. But the fact that they were probably like, oh, it's going to be like Willy Wonka, it's going to be magical. If they were just like, if they were like, just get in the goddamn car, we're going to a thing.
You know that there was some nice peacekeeper little kid who was like, it was fine, it was all right,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
still a good birthday. And like the dad was like, no, it was fucking shite.
I'm gonna stab this motherfucker.
It was fine. We're all a family still, and that's what's imperative.
Yeah. Where is he? Let me at him.
Yeah. Has anyone ever been to a thing called an experience that wasn't dog shit? or it was fun in any sort of way? I don't think I have.
When you can't be specific enough to call it something other than an experience,
Yeah.
it's troublesome.